All right, guys, made it to week 3. This is where we get into the calls. So we're at the business development call, and yes, week 3, but it is step 2 in the brokerage. So just to recap, you're at the 90-day challenge here. You've gone through the business planning, you've researched, you've got your list prepared. Now we're in the business development call. So on the left here, there's one module, but there's a lot that we cover off in here. And we start by going through the Florida do not call list, right? There's telemarketing laws here that can get you really heavy fines. So we have the sources here to check. Do not call. I've personally never had it happen, but there's ways to scrub your list. So just keep that in mind. But the main piece here is the steps of the cold call. So in this module, there's a 30-minute video in here. Right, so this one's a little bit lengthier in here in this section. Again, I'm just doing this as an overview, and I'm going to touch on a few good points to spend time on. But the steps of the cold call, this is going to break down every single step. That's why it is a little longer. But guys, this isn't supposed to be an hour phone call either. I mean, you shouldn't, on your initial call, you should not be on that more than 2 minutes. Obviously, if it's going well, spend some time on there. But a lot of times too, if they're wanting to talk just forever, they're not really sellers. They want somebody to just talk to. So keep it short, sweet, get to the next step. Hey, you've gauged some interest, right? I'm not going to skip through this, but right, you do your intro. You're going to learn that. You've already crafted your script, right? Or actually, you haven't yet. You're going to do that here in this module. But you're going to have your intro. You're going to have your script. The permission. You're going to learn through what all this even means. You're going to have interest generators when you're calling, just so you oh, hi, I'm Jason. I'm in real estate. They don't have time, right? They're all busy entrepreneurs. They're running multiple businesses or units, tenants, whatever. And so this just shows you how to keep it clear and concise, and just really set that first meeting, right? There's open-ended questions, so if you don't get stuck, if you want to have a conversation relating to the property, there's some good ones on here. A lot of these, though, you want to keep the interrogation to the first meeting, right? And conversational. You don't want to just cold call them and just start hammering them with questions. If there is an interest, that's the window of opportunity to convert that to the meeting. So the whole reason for the call is to get the meeting, right? Then at the meeting, that's where we do the discovery. But you got to get them to that meeting. So we go over steps on that call, how to get to that, right? What are you saying, right? Here's the script. So your initial call is look, boom, boom, boom. Here's a quick, very, hey, this is Jason, JB Capital Solutions, right? The reason you're calling is because ask them about their property. What are their future expansion plans? Advise them with their properties, pitch them on the strategic analysis that we'll cover and go over. So we specialize in off-market deals, 1031 exchanges, and exclusive representation of commercial real estate or investment properties, right? So here's a sample script. There's ones to download here to make your own, and always get an email, guys. That's a win. You're going to get so many no's, right? Not to discourage you, just to let you know you don't just suck, right? It's normal. You can be the best cold caller in America. You're still going to get people to tell you no. So just keep powering through, and you're gonna get a yes for sure eventually. But in the meantime, if you can just get an email, that's a win, right? If you at least get an email, add them to your list, then you can follow them up, put them on your follow-up campaign that we'll touch on, and that's a great way to build your database, right? No, I'm not interested in selling. Okay, well, hey, can I send you off-market deals? Are you looking to buy? No, not interested. Okay, great. Well, you know what we do during owner's holding time, which it sounds like you're doing, is we put together a strategic analysis. Oh, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to, I'm not ready. Well, they will want their competitors, right? What are their competition charging? What are rents? They will. When you put together a report, I don't know if you guys can see my screen, put together a 30-page package of the market around them that's surrounding them, they're not going to tell you they don't want it, okay? So we're going to dive into that. deeper. Here's the two scripts. There's some audio too. Again, here too, there's some, here's the flow prospecting chart again. This is where the letter goes that you send out before you call. Here's 100. Oh, wait. And this is also another video of cold call statistics. So this was a really good, just to understand. Like, for example, the word because. When you say that at the end of the reason I am calling is because, that has more success with the other person on the phone listening. It actually perks their ears when you say because, and then you literally have 4 seconds to just say it. But there's a lot of good little stats in here, some other downloadable resources, the slides. But the 150 open-ended questions are really good. Just to review, I'm not saying you call them and pop this open and just drill through all these, okay? Again, this is not an interrogation. These are just to read, to educate yourself, to have them in the back of in your mind, so then you can be more conversational in asking open-ended. Because what's really bad is when you start asking close-ended questions, and then it's like, no. Then even if you are interrogating them with open-ended questions, when you're getting close-ended question no's, then they start realizing it, right? When you're more open-ended, it's more like, oh, well, how do you think the changes in the lending standards are going to affect your investment strategy? He can't just say no. He might say, well, they're not. Oh, really? Well, why do you think that? Then he's going to have to start talking, right? So the whole point is to get them talking, to listen to those little windows of opportunity to convert into a meeting, right? And windows of opportunity are, well, yeah, I'm wanting to retire, or spending so much time on this property, or yeah, my managers suck, or yeah, I want to get into a new business, or you'll hear it, right? And that's why we go over in last week reasons why people sell. Or, I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago, if you're in your business, the principles of investment real estate brokerage, just pop in there, see what some reasons are. People are holding, selling, buying. What I recommend. Before I get to the rent survey, overcoming objections. This, you're gonna have so many tools, and I don't want to say tricks. We're not tricking anybody, but ways to really overcome those objections, right? Like, oh, well, hey, I'm not interested. Okay, well, why? It's too much. Okay, so it's price. All right, so if it was free, would you have it? Well, yeah. Okay, so between free and this, there's something, right? I mean, so there's, yeah, well, yeah, okay, so that's not it. But I don't know. I mean, my partner doesn't want to do. Okay, well, that's the real objection, right? If his business partner wants to slow down, it's not really maybe the price. So, you'll uncover these, and then here's common objections right now. Yeah, bring me a buyer. I'm not interested. I don't want to meet with you. I already have offers. I'm too busy. I'm not selling. I mean, you're going to hear this a lot. So how do you get over those? And there's this just will teach you how to just clarify, acknowledge their objection, that don't acknowledge that it's maybe not true, right? BS, but isolate it. Like I just mentioned, isolate that objection and then overcome it by proposing the solution, and then further clarify that, right? So, well, yeah, obviously if you give it for free, well, between price, yeah. So maybe 500,000 I'd buy. Okay. So if the seller accepted 500,000, right? This is more where you get into tying them down and further clarifying. So, hey, if he would do it for 500,000, would there be any other reason you don't make that offer or go through with that, other than due diligence? Something obviously major could come up, right? And then now you're, well, yeah, if they would do 5, or well, no, I don't know. We're still right. And then it's just, you keep digging until you find it. But this is a really good. This is the last module as far as training, and then there's a rent survey. So our rent survey is really good when you're just starting on the phones, or at any time, regardless. But if you're trying to just warm up on the phones, and you want to get just talking to people kind of cold, start calling property management companies, call leasing offices, just start asking questions like, oh, hey, how many square foot are these 2 bedrooms? What are you asking? Like, are you guys vacant? I'm looking for an aunt who wants to move into an apartment there, or secret shop some of these places and pull information. It is. You can do it directly with the owner. We have ways to ask them different. Just calling them and say, "Hey, what do you get for a 2-bedroom?" They're going to say, "Get out of here. What am I? I'm not telling you what I make here." And I've done that too, by the way. So that does not work. So we have um, scripts and resources. These are some free ones online. You've seen apartments.com, right? You can gain some market information just by here, and this is valuable, right? To your client, people that you're calling, right? So this is a really good module to wrap up before you get into the first appointment. So this is probably one of the most important modules of the entire training is getting on the phones and consistently staying on the phones and knowing what to say uh, and getting the meeting. So there's not a meeting without this call. Okay. Yes, you might get referrals. Yes, a mailer might work from time to time, but me personally, I've never had, I don't say never, I've majority well over 90% of any business I've done has been from a direct cold call. And I mean, a story I like to just share, this is how I'll just end it, is, my father always told me that fortune is in the follow-up. Yes, following up, fortune is in follow-up, right? He didn't coin that. We've maybe all heard that or maybe not. But one thing he told me when I was younger or getting into business, right after my baseball career, was he said, one call will change your life. And my father was in sales, not real estate at all, but he had one call, it changed his life. It was a big account, and same, right? I remember when I got into business, I have cold call. That was just all we do. And today, my business partner now that we own and operate just under 700 units, which happened in 3 years, came from a cold call. I was just on the brokerage side 4 years ago, and he hung up on my face. So he literally, I called him. I just started my company. Nobody knew who JP Capital Solutions was. It might have been like the first week. And he goes, "Who the F is JP Capital Solutions?" Boom. Hangs up in my face. I didn't even get out what I wanted to say other than JP Capital Solutions. And then he hung up, and I call him right back. And I say, "Hey, we just got disconnected," because always just go into it. "Hey, we got disconnected, but I see you on the and I just went into it again. He liked that. He's like, "Damn, this guy's got some kahunas," and end up getting the meeting. And obviously, it wasn't just cold call, calling back, and then we ended up owning. We probably spent a couple years, right? It was nurturing the relationship. And then we finally bought a property. We closed on 68 units in 2020. So, and again, now we're just under 700 units. So it happens fast. Same thing in the brokerage business, guys. That's how I was able to get into owning property. So if you want to own property, if you just are brokering, or maybe you're not brokering and you only want to own property, the calls, you can get people to do it for you. But that is the most, and cost effective too, guys. There's no ads. This is, if you have a phone and signal, that's your call. You don't have to have a marketing budget, thousands of dollars, right? When you're starting out and you're getting going, this is the most cost effective direct hit. There's nothing better than a direct contact. So that was it, guys. Good luck on the phones. Get on our role play. If you want to role play a new script, jump on our cold call role plays, and we look forward to seeing you guys get some deals.